Galactico Manager, a next-gen football manager game on-chain. Yeah, we specialize in building football products for football clubs, and yeah, we've got a pedigree in the gaming industry and football world for a while now. At Galactico, we're all about giving value back to the fans, and yeah, part of our mission is to reward fan loyalty and yeah, let football fans live the football dream. So, oh, that's okay. So yeah, part of our team, as I mentioned, comes from the gaming world and football world, and yeah, this is a project we're pretty passionate about. Basically, just because the barriers to entry right now in GameFi are pretty high, and a lot of what you see aren't really games, they're sort of just more mining operations. So we're really taking this on the approach that we want to build a fun game, and football is a huge audience, and everything that you see right now in the Web2 space and traditional legacy football gaming world doesn't really reward the fans or any gamers. So what we're going to do is, yeah, using blockchain, using crypto, provide that kind of gaming experience where fans playing the game will be rewarded for their loyalty and have an experience that they haven't had before. So if I just show you, well, I'll tell you a bit more about Galactico Manager. So essentially it's a football manager game. It's a hybrid between FIFA Ultimate Team and Football Manager with an RPG twist, and a lot of the whole premise behind it is the real world experiences can be linked to the game, but also the ability to manage and feel like a football manager in the game, being as real to the real world experience as possible. So if I show you kind of what that looks like. Starting out with packs. So you'll have a series of packs that you can actually buy and then go into, and yeah, everything in the game is an NFT. So whether you're using our currency to buy the packs or trading them on the open market, making it immersive, making it look as good as possible. Thiago Alcantara, who plays for Liverpool, is one of our brand ambassadors right now. So that's what it's like actually opening packs. Here we'll have the either squad building or transfer market. Just loads up. So yeah, here's the transfer market. Again, you can have a whole series of players, like if you need to use a right back, a left back, a striker, or a midfielder. Bids being put in place. And again, yeah, these are all NFTs. So, if you do play the game, you're making money playing it, but actually having a fun experience. And I'll just show you actually what the, so this is now building your squad. So once you've actually got the players, once you've opened the packs, and you want to build your team, this is what it'll look like here. So different tactics, different formations, typical football manager gameplay, but again, everything on chain. So when you do actually level up and want to sell your players, you can. But then all the tactics and everything that comes with it is there. And then lastly, so I'll just show you what it actually looks like to play the game. So this is a PvP environment where someone would go up against someone. Now the main difference here is that the key decisions you actually have an input. So it's simulated, but then depending on what you want to do is the function you're set. So that's where we come into a sort of hybrid of FIFA and FIFA Ultimate Team. This style of gameplay was actually very popular in Japan. So that's sort of our target market, Southeast Asia and Asia. And building up a reputation in the UK and Europe, which I'll talk about. So this is all actual gameplay. The demo will be ready in the next few weeks. And we think what's a really interesting proposition here is the esports formula. So if people are actually watching games being played out, possibly even fantasy or betting markets too, on like certain outcomes that will happen. Cool. So yeah, some of our brand ambassadors include the likes of Thiago Alcantara, who's a midfielder for Liverpool. And yeah, in terms of the market opportunity, you'll see some of these numbers quoted a lot, but the one that we're focusing on is how much FIFA's generated. So FIFA Ultimate Team generates about $1.5 billion a year. In its entirety, it's generated about 20 billion. Right now, EA Games doesn't work with FIFA anymore, so there's been a window of opportunity there to actually work with FIFA, especially from an IP perspective and partner perspective, which we've been looking at over the last few months. Yeah, so in terms of our business model, typical gaming business model, but with this sort of with a crypto angle to it. So you saw the player packs, so making money from the player packs being sold. You saw the transfer market, so taking percentage on the revenue or taking a cut from everything that's being sold within the game. And then the esports angle is the competitions that would take place and entry fees and pots along with that. Yeah, so in terms of our go-to-market strategy, building up a reputation in the UK and Europe, and then marketing the game in Southeast Asia and Asia, where we think we can get mass traction and a lot of users. Currently, all our funding to date come from grant support from a few major blockchain foundations, and right now we're going to be going out to VCs for further funding to take it to the next round, as well as opening up some of those conversations with a few other blockchains that we've been speaking to already. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Hi everyone, my name is Maxim and I'm the founder of Monetary. We are building a Web3 monetary system framework for metaverses, video games and any other Web3 projects. As you can see, Gartner and some other big players see big opportunity in the metaverse's expansion. We see that many projects face challenges in launching and further development, and we are ready to offer a systematic approach to solve these challenges. Our solution provides a new way of monetization and tokenization of processes and assets, based mostly on modern monetary theory. We want to make a decentralized economy responsive to exact economic results of the project, to not just some, but exact results based on monetary system and monetary policy. To manage inflation, market prices, currency rate, and total supply, we propose to gather key indicators from the project like volume, as gross domestic product, volume growth as economic growth, TVL, and then make them influence tokenomic parameters like total supply, burn or mint, currency rate, investment rating, and others, so that investors, stakeholders, liquidity providers, community can see real-time due diligence reporting. We are going to provide a complete on-chain economy solution ready to onboard any project. we have a clear vision of system architecture and have already built an MVP, including blockchain, bridge, internal DEX, Metaverse factory contracts, and our first pilot Metaverse project, a Web3 mod for Minecraft server. All participants have profit in our revenue model. Users do jobs, earn activity rewards, trade and stake tokenized assets. Project owners earn commissions, raise funds for project development and growing. Investors and stakers see due diligence reports, invest more confidently, and earn an interest on their investments. Advertisers can choose target audience and coverage of their campaigns. Our company, SFXDX, is another company which I'm managing from its foundation. Blockchain is the only domain we have been working on for the last 5 years. Our team consists of more than 40 developers. As an outsourced company, we do web and mobile apps, smart contracts, and core blockchain development. Based on our experience in the field, we see how our solution can help the market. We are in talks with potential advisors to make our project backed by strong domain expertise. The idea of Monetary appeared about a year ago. Now we are 4 months in the development stage, and we have an MVP and a clear roadmap ahead. We are starting a marketing campaign, and we see how future is closer to us, to all of us. We have a strong marketing strategy. We see our target audience very clearly, but we are at a very early stage right now. Due to our project is about tokenomics, let me show you an old-fashioned representation of our tokenomics for your convenience, to have a starting point for our discussion. We have an MVP version ready, and we invite investors to join our project. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to reach me if you have any questions. Here is my contact information. Thank you.
David, and I am the founder of Elements. I am honored and grateful to be here today. To go straight to the point, our vision is to provide a completely new gaming experience where players will be able to master one of the 4 elements of nature, such as fire, water, air, and earth. We choose this concept of elements because this is something that is ingrained in all of us as human beings. And when you think about it, this is not a human creation. This came from the universe. Therefore, everyone is naturally attracted by this concept. And by mixing it with the amazing technology that we have today, the virtual reality, we can create a unique experience where players will be fully immersed in a universe where they can become an element bender. It's simple. You put your VR headset, you choose the element you want to master, and by doing specific movement, you can fight each other around several game modes. We created 4 different characters that will represent our company and that will be the face of Element. To give you a clearer vision of what we are building, we would like first to share with you our analysis about the video game industry and why it is such a flourishing industry. Then, of course, go over all the details of the video game and all the different game modes that we decided to develop and why. Because, of course, fighting with elements is cool, but we need to keep the players entertained and create this competitive mindset inside of them. The blockchain technology is also playing an important role in our game, and we are going to present what are all the benefits and technology that we are going to use. Then it's going to be about the financial, how do we make money through our business model, and what are different sources of revenue, and how we are going to communicate to the world throughout our marketing strategy. Finally, who is the amazing team behind Elements? My partners and colleagues are amazing, talented people, and together we're going to make Elements a success. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I was asked to not go over 5 minutes, so for everyone, that is interested, there is my Telegram contact. You can directly come in contact with me, and so we can move forward together. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Scott Tsai, and I'm the founder and CTO of PointSwap. So PointSwap is a Web3 reward points exchange with direct e-commerce platform integration. By reward points, I mean the points that you receive by using your credit card, the loyalty points you receive from your hotel, the frequent flyer miles from airlines, etc. And our product is designed so that consumers could trade reward points like they trade coins on the DEX. And our service would act as a gateway between businesses that issue the points and their on-chain tokens. So we partnered with 91 App. 91 App is a leading Asian e-commerce platform provider. They're like the Shopify of Asia. So we chose this partnership strategically, since every merchant on 91 App could easily join the PointSwap program. And we could recruit brands through this existing relationship. Our first batch of reward point partners have strong brands in the cosmetics and beauty space, hotel chains and resorts in Thailand, and the credit card reward point program from one commercial bank. So our product is designed, let's see if I can play the video. Our product is designed so that consumers could start their e-commerce app normally, and they could check their e-commerce balance. Then they could click exchange points, and they would be taken to a token swap interface with information already filled in. After the swap is submitted and confirmed on-chain, the consumer could go directly to the shop for the points that they have newly obtained, and the newly obtained points could be used to purchase goods and services immediately. So we have integrated a wallet into our application so that users could just sign up with an email and password, and they would not need to set up an external crypto wallet unless they want to. So our goal is to build the Uniswap for real-world commerce. In this world, reward points would be assets that's freely traded, with prices dynamically reflecting market supply and demand. And in this world, trading volume will flow through us due to the depth of liquidity and network effects. Also in this world, PointSwap would act as an off-ramp for cryptocurrencies to the tangible world of goods and services. Withdrawing tokens for off-chain use would go through our gateway. Longer term, once the purchasing power and liquidity of the points are firmly established, we envision a new kind of stablecoin, one backed by the obligations on the accounting books of the businesses issuing these tokens, issuing these points. So recent news regarding USDC has again raised the importance of diversifying your store of value and how numbers on a banking website doesn't necessarily equal purchase power. The points on PointSwap have real purchase power and are backed by a diverse set of businesses. We're still raising funds, so if you're interested, let's talk. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I won't bore you, so I'll finish it quickly. So basically, we're building YoPeg. It's basically Instagram for NFTs. The problem that we're solving is Web3 UX is horrible, as everyone knows. And we can't onboard the next million or even the billion people onto Web3 if we don't make sure it's as simple for the users to use. Buying NFTs is very easy and being solved by a lot of people like OpenSea, Blur, Magic Eden. Storing NFTs is also very easy. A lot of people are working on it, like MetaMask, Phantom Ledger. But curating and showcasing all the NFTs that you bought, right? Like how can you follow your friends and the favorite wallets that you want is very hard. You can't follow them. You don't know what your friends are doing, what you're doing. You can't showcase it to your friends. That's the major problem, and that's what we're solving. The solution, YoPeg. Core focus, you just have to give your wallet address. It pulls all the NFTs that you have and showcases in a beautiful manner. And a simple URL that you can share with your friends, and then they can keep tabs on what you're doing. You can follow what your friends are doing. And it automatically pulls, right? Like the user doesn't have to know the complicated tech in the Web3 world. They just have to use the app and then like what they're doing, right? You can hide, you can highlight any NFTs that you have, and then like keep it very simple and aesthetically pleasing so that we can onboard the next set of million users onto Web3. As everyone knows, 2021 was the breakout year for NFTs, but surprisingly 2022, even though it was a bear market, it did sustain to the same levels as 2021, and in fact it's growing. The number of NFTs that were traded in 2022 was double the number of NFTs that were traded in 2021, and the amount is going to be $250 billion in 2030. So the market is growing pretty big, right? And why now? So this is the smartphone Instagram moment of NFTs. The common person has access to buying NFTs, and almost everyone is launching integrations with like Amazon, Twitter, Meta, Shopify, Spotify. Everyone is launching NFT integrations. Adoption is increasing day by day. So this is the moment that can bring the next set of users to the Web3 world. The product is live if you want to try. It's yopeg.xyz, and you can like simply pull all the NFTs that you want. You have a URL, you can quickly share it with your friends. Yeah, there are a few competitors, like Lazy.com by Mark Cuban, like Asset Money. So I don't want to bore you with this. You already know, I think. Yeah. So yeah, the business model that we're trying to do is launch niche communities. Like there are a lot of active but niche communities, like launch week on week. So we're planning to do it from this week. That's the plan. And we have been busy building. We launched it last week and planning to launch the next steps as the roadmap. Says, yeah, I'm the founder. Purpose of building this is to showcase the beauty in NFTs, right? When I first minted an NFT, I instantly fell in love. It was almost like using the internet for the first time or the mobile phone for the first time, right? I want to make sure that is being felt by other people also. I want to onboard people to more NFTs because of that reason. That's the purpose behind doing this. And I'm currently raising a pre-seed round. I have a lot of interest, so if anyone's interested, thank you.
Okay. Let's start. How many times your money in bridging fees and slippage and every risk that are included in using bridges? How many hours of a day you are searching and researching through every protocol that are in this ecosystem to find what are the challenges, what are the risks regarding this protocol? We know the yield farming is hard. It is time consuming. Research is technical, and you need to know a lot of things to be sure that this protocol is safe, and you cannot be sure at the end because every day we can see new exploits that are occurring. So we are trying in Noya, we are trying to abstract these pain points for users to just simply to make it simpler for new users. So here we are proud to announce Noya. Noya stands for Native Omnichain Yield Aggregator. Noya utilizes AI-driven and algorithmic-driven strategies to basically yield your liquidity across all of the chain in an optimal way, and it is lowering the fees by dividing the fees between all of the users. So, and it is decentralized and secure, so you can make sure that your liquidity is yielding the most possible place. Noya provides non-custodial, permissionless, high-risk adjusted yield across multiple chains using AI and different algorithms. So how big Noya can get? Currently, there are $136 billion stable coins in the market. So all of these stable coins are expected to be earning. They are not there to just be idle and do nothing. So we think that all of this market can use Noya to basically utilize their asset at the most optimal way. And it is predicted that in 5 years we will get to $1 trillion of stablecoin. And not only a stablecoins, we can use Noya to basically make the Ethereum yield farming optimal. There are 17 million Ethereum staked in Beacon chain. So we can use Noya to use that stable coins to yield more and more. This is an example of how Noya can make the yield optimal. So this is a real example based on our backtesting. So you can see that funds in Ethereum and these protocols were not the most optimal. So Noya bridged those assets from Ethereum to Optimism and deposited those assets into Aave. And this process went smoothly without users being involved, and it is decentralized. And by using Noya, we can be sure that liquidity flows to where it is needed the most. We are proud to say that we are not only Omnichain, we are Omnichain Plus. What does it mean? It means that we are using different bridging and messaging protocols to actually find the optimal bridge to bridge assets to make sure that the fees and the time is lowest possible. And there are also the risk adjusted in these bridges, so we want to make sure that these bridges are the most secure ones. Living across multiple chains and protocol will allow us to, will basically unlock the untapped liquidity and for regular users. So they can utilize that liquidity without basically having without worrying about the security of these protocols. We will help with that liquidity. We are proud to say that we are not only reactive, we are proactive. What does this mean? It means that we are providing AI models to predict the yields in future, so we can allow the liquidity to sit where it is going to be the highest yield possible. So it means that we are providing this in a optimal way in future, not only the current state. So it is not only optimizing the yields, it is diversifying the risk, which based on the current situation, it is something that we, all of us need to take care of it. It is minimizing the slippage fees, it is increasing the TVL, and yeah, this is an example of how can Noya be used. It can be used by creating the first omni-chain vault to allow this liquidity to be diversified into different chains. It can be utilized by different NFT projects and treasury managers and basically treasury projects that have idle assets or assets farming on just one chain. So they can do better. They can use Noya to allow their liquidity be on different chain and earn the most yield possible. So who can use Noya? Noya can be used by users, by DAOs, by protocols, by NFT treasuries and launchpads. I explained it to you. So our go-to-market is really simple. We are going to create the first vaults. We are going to create the first vaults that are omni-chain, and then we are going to introduce the possibility that other people to introduce their own strategies. So people can introduce new strategies, and we will audit them. We will. And after the audits, we will add those strategies into Noya structure. So it will allow users in a decentralized way to use the most possible strategy that they can think of. And also optimizing these ML models and algorithm is in our roadmap to be ahead of the market. Basically, the competition for Noya is non-existent. The current protocols are not doing the yield omnichain, are not composable, but we are open to competition because we think this is the future of DeFi. Our business model is simple. We are going to introduce Noya Coin for building the community, incentivizing the validators, and use the incentivization to help develop further. Noya journey is really simple. We are going to implement the first steps for the first vaults, and then all of the people are allowed to contribute their ideas, their thought into Noya, and then we are going to build the first ZK omni-chain roll-up to allow this computation to be decentralized and secure. And then after that, it is the optimization of ML models and integrating with different protocols. Here is our team. We have been participating in different projects. We are hackathon winners, and we are working on this project and different projects to make this happen. So thank you for your attention.